Coming up next on Sledhead 24/7, a sneak peek at the next big thing for snowmobilers and specialized clothing. Big Fish and Haley share their all-access pass at the FXR Dealers Show for the latest ways to stay warm on a sled. Later, meet the first family of Snocross who live the motto, "The family that races together stays together." The Freelands can be found on the podium at AMSOIL Championship Snocross, powered by Ram. And time to check in with legendary snowmobile ambassador launching Levi LaVallee. From Snocross Championships, world record jumps, to team owner, we'll get the latest news from Levi. Hang on! Sledhead 24/7 starts right here, right now.
Hi, welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Jeff Fisher.
And I'm Haley Shanley.
Haley, I have my backstage pass to the 2021 FXR Fashion Show. How about you?
I sure do, and I am loving what I'm seeing. Let's go take a look at what 2021 has in store.
Matt Ham here with FXR, one of the lead design team members. We're here at the 2021 FXR release here in Minnesota. We're going to look at some of the new products. We can tell you a little bit about some new technology or some new colors. Just cool new stuff to look at, so let's check it out. These are two of our new pieces for next year, a men's Ranger and a men's Helium X. They've both got ACMT, which is FXR's premium high-level waterproof, breathable, and anti-condensation technology. Full embroidered logos. It's very clean. It's very crisp, nice detail with the logos, the full Omni Stretch. And we've got a new Omni Stretch material this year, which is our M Series Omni, which is a mechanical stretch, which is what this Helium jacket comes with. It's still got really good stretch. It's a very rugged material, very durable. And the new piece that we have for 21 is an all-new men's Helium Mono. So what we've done to the Helium Mono is we've upgraded the zippers to AquaGuard zippers. We put ACMT into it. So it's got our mountain level waterproof breathable on the inside of it. And we've taken the shell material and changed it to our new M Series Omni Stretch. So it's a 450D M Series Omni Stretch shell material. So it's not quite as much stretch as a full Omni piece, but definitely still has a decent amount of stretch. So when you're moving around on the sled, you really feel it. You don't get the restriction. So that's the 2021 Ranger and 2021 Helium Mono. Those will be our two premium monos for backcountry riding. FXR is really, really proud of our relationship and our collab that we've been able to do with 6D, bringing what's basically the safest helmet in the world for our snowmobilers, our moto riders, that sort of thing. So the ATR2 is back. This is one of the new colorways, black, white, gold rust color combo. But the other cool thing about Matt is he's wearing our new Maverick electric goggle. So you can see, the battery pack on the side with the button is that the battery is actually in a pouch that's underneath the strap. So this sits at a much lower profile. So this is just a little sneak preview of what's coming in fall for FXR. Really, it's a whole room full of hundreds of new products or new colorways or new styles. There's too much to show, so just make sure you stay tuned in fall when we do our full release. Thanks for checking out our sneak preview of 21 FXR.
When Sledhead 24/7 roars back, the Freelands are a snowcross racing family. And on their coat of arms, it might say, "Live to race and race to live." Big fun for the first family of snowcross. Just what does it take to set the world record for jumping a snowmobile? The incredible story of launching Levi LaVallee when we return. But first, Haley shows another great way to explore North Country from the front heated seat of a Ram truck.
We're in Dubuque, Iowa at the Tyson Snowcross National presented by Quickstar, and I'm standing right next to the Ram Heavy Duty, which weighs in as the Motor Trend 2020 Truck of the Year. You'll love these features. It's no secret why Ram trucks are the official vehicle of AMSOIL Championship Snocross. And how does a $70,000 vehicle credit applicable towards any Ram, truck, or Chrysler vehicle sound? Well, you can have the chance. At any AMSOIL Championship Snocross powered by Ram national event, you can visit the Ram booth, fill out a survey, get a free t-shirt, and that is going to enter you to win that $70,000 credit. How cool is that?
Sledhead 24/7 is brought to you by AMSOIL, Runs on Freedom, by Polaris, by FXR, maximum versatility for all conditions, and powered by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Being at the snowcross race, it's a really family sport, and there's a lot of really cool families out there, and there's one family that comes to mind.
The Freelands. It has been so exciting watching them come up through the ranks on the regional circuit at ERX Grassroots Snowcross, and now seeing them on the AMSOIL Championship Snocross powered by Ram National Circuit.
You know, and I do think that the young Freeland boys are definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Drew Freeland.
So my eldest son is Drew Freeland. He's 821. He races sport and sport light. And then my middle boy is Brady. He's 11. He races transition and junior 10 to 13.
To me, racing snowcross, it's more than just on the track racing and putting like all the hard work in to race, but it's also off the track around all your friends and family, cheering on all your other buddies, go to your other buddies' podiums, supporting everyone else that you know. Just the whole community is so much fun, and as much as I love being on the track and racing and flying high and winning, it's just as much fun off the track hanging out with your buddies. But with our sport, we're spending weeks in a camper together that's 30 feet long, and we're all in there, sleeping in one bed, and just the time you get to spend with your family and friends, it's an incredible feeling.
Well, it's going to the track, but what's fun for me is actually the road trips. We'll go to New York, we'll go to Deadwood, we'll go to Michigan, having that family time, and we typically road trip with 2 or 3 other families, and we've been known to stop and get a hotel and go swimming and play hooky from school the next day, and so we just have tons of fun on the road. You know, it's wish it was warmer, but it's cold, but we still have a lot of fun. We still have a great time on the road.
2 years ago, we actually raced together. One time I crashed, and he thought it was so cool because he beat me. And he was bragging for like 2 weeks straight that, I beat you, I beat you. Like, we help each other out so much during the week. I know, like, talking to people at school and stuff, like, them and their siblings aren't like the closest.
Good to have him knowing that he's supporting me through this.
Well, at AMSOIL, we looked at some of the marquee teams, and we've sponsored shearing speed sports for years and years and years. But looking into the future of the sport, you have to go and look at some of the privateer teams and see, you know, how can we help some of those teams out, such as Freelands, you know, and they're doing awesome. They're winning everything, and we're just happy to be able to support some of those teams that are out there just looking to have fun, just having some family time, just getting into doing a little bit of racing. So it's really fun to watch that, to be able to be part of it and help support it.
It's also fun, you know, when we do get on the podium, what's fun is it's not just our family. It's not just me and my wife and the kids. It's all of our friends and our supporting family around us. My son Brady took 4th by 0.01 seconds. I couldn't find him anywhere. I had to get him ready for his next race, but guess where he was? He was at the podium because he wanted to take a picture with all his buddies that were on the podium, and he didn't want to miss their podium and their time in the spotlight. So that's fun. We all cheer each other on.
It's just a lot of fun to have all my friends getting on the podium with me. Hopefully make it to pro and then just send it.
I'm gonna keep going until my body can't do it anymore.
I don't see us stopping anytime soon. You know, we're having fun. It's gonna be interesting to see how long Dad can be a mechanic at this level. We're at sport now, and it's taxing all of my knowledge and all of my mechanical abilities. So at some point we'll probably need to get some help, but we're gonna keep trying to do it as a family as long as we can.
Straight ahead on Sledhead 24/7. Time to check in with legendary snowmobile ambassador launching Levi LaVallee. From Snocross Championships, world records to team owner. But first, here's today's AMSOIL Tech Tip.
Len Groom here, and we're at AMSOIL headquarters. We're in the mechanical lab, and we're talking about pistons today. Protecting the piston is probably the most important job that the two-stroke oil can do. And every time a manufacturer brings out a different engine platform, we've got to test it. So I've got some examples here today because we do a whole bunch of different testing at AMSOIL. I've got an example of a new piston and what it looks like before it goes in the engine. I've got an example of what it looks like after we run our test protocol. And then I've got one that we had here that was in a dyno test mule, as we call it, and this thing has over 200 hours on it. That's getting to be 10,000 miles or better of trail riding, and this piston looks really good considering the abuse we put on it. So it's important that we get these new platforms in and that we test them and make sure that our oil is providing for all of that engine's needs. For more information about any of our two-stroke products, check out AMSOIL.com.
He sends it through downtown St. Paul. He gets big air at the big game, and we pranked him last year at Lake Geneva.
Well, we must be talking about launching Levi LaVallee. Nobody jumps a snowmobile better than Levi.
I'm Levi LaVallee, and welcome to my dream. I believe you can have anything in life if you just want it bad enough. Now grab your helmet and let's get to living. Snowmobiling started with my family when I was 7 years old, Indy 400, and that was my first snowmobile. And all the memories that that one sled made for me started the passion that is my life now. When I was 12 years old, my dad said, hey, there's a local race about a half hour from us. Do you want to go try it? And I said, yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to try it, right? And it was literally a cross-country race out on the lake, and we went there, and I remember it. That was the start of racing for me. You know, I turned 14, and my dad said, you want to go to Duluth and race snowcross? And I'm thinking, that's the big time, man, because at that point, we had already been up to Duluth and watched the Duluth Nationals a couple times. We went to Hill City and watched them. And I'm like, that's where all the big guys are. Like, I'm not qualified to race there yet. So we ended up signing up for Duluth, and I was so nervous going up to that first year. I remember I was up all night before the race, throwing up, just sick to my stomach, just so nervous. And we get to the race, and I end up making it into the junior 14-15 final and finished in 4th place. And I was like, awesome. I made it through, right? So then we were hooked. So then the next year, we did about 50-50 snowcross, cross country. And then after that, it was all snowcross from that point forward. Snowcross is what groomed me to become the snowmobiler that I am now. And it allowed us to accomplish these other things, from distance jumps to freestyle medals and all the other things like that. But it all started from that snowcross racing, wanting to become the best you could be in snowcross, and just constantly eat, sleep, and breathing. How do I get faster? How do I get smoother? How do I do these different things? And you know, that's what snowcross did for me, and I'm so thankful for that. Is we made it to the pro class, which was my childhood dream, you know, to become a professional snowmobile racer. And then the next goal was to win a pro race, and then eventually a championship. And the cool thing was that we were able to achieve those big milestones. The event that really stands out to me is like when we did the double flip. It was a task. You're trying to do something that's never been done, right? So it's not like you go online and Google how to do a double backflip. Like, no one's ever even thought of that on a snowmobile, right? So I'm looking at ramps. I'm like, well, I've got a kicker ramp. We can elevate that. I kind of had a plan how we were going to do it. But the thing that was interesting about that is I was so bound and determined to figure out how to do it. So we start propping the ramp up higher and higher, and eventually I'm like, we need more angle. So we like literally put a hinge in the middle of the ramp and kinked it so that the top half of it was really steep. And you know, you slam into it, and like knowing what I know now about ramps, it was like the worst setup you could have for a ramp, but it would shoot me up high enough, right? So we keep practicing, and then, I mean, X Games, and I just remember telling myself, I'm not short in this one. And I overshot the landing by a mile, and I landed way down on the bottom of that landing. So I was claiming it then. I was like, man, we did it, I'm alive, things are well. The thing that I took from the double flip was that was the hardest, or the furthest I'd ever pushed myself, and that was the most fear I've ever had in my life, because I was like, I remember going into it and I literally felt like I was rolling the dice. I'm like, this is either gonna work or this is gonna be really, really bad. And after getting through that, it gave me so much confidence. I was like, man, I can do anything. And before long, it was distance jumps, and it was St. Paul and Super Bowl backflip and all these other things. But it all kind of started from that double backflip.
More from Levi in a jiffy. Trace the roots of greatness with Levi and discover how Levi's early years in Longville, Minnesota helped shape today's worldwide snowmobile ambassador. Please stay tuned. Sledhead 24/7 is brought to you by AMSOIL. Runs on freedom. Track, trail, or tree line. Ride with rocks. By Stud Boy. Traction with an attitude. Ziegler Cat. Exceptional service backing the best equipment. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high.
Welcome back. The story doesn't stop there. We've got more on Levi LaVallee.
You know, Levi LaVallee, we sent our producer Cubby up there, and he showed Cubby what to do and what not to do.
What's been really fun, you know, as I go through this snowmobiling journey from a kid to, you know, to riding with my family, to racing, to snowcross, to freestyle, to distance jumps, you know, all these things. You know, for a while I was just so into competing and chasing these goals, these different things, that I went away from just riding. It was just all competition. It was either a competition or a project that we're working on. And the beautiful thing now is it's come full circle, and I'm right back to riding my snowmobile. And the joy I get going out and riding around home and riding those same spots, the same ditches, the same trails, the places that I grew up riding, that like started this whole passion, this whole dream. It's like I appreciate that stuff so much more now, because I'm like, man, this is so special, because this is what started all of these incredible things that we've been able to accomplish. All started from hitting these road approaches around town and jumping these snowbanks. I always remind myself of that, and it makes me appreciate that ride even more. This is my passion, and this is where it started. All right, I stopped here because from that ridge to this ridge over here, this hill, is 200 feet. Me and my buddy, when we were kids, we measured it, because I always dreamt, and like, wouldn't that be insane to jump over that huge hill like that? And it's funny now looking back and thinking that's only half as far as I jumped on New Year's Eve. I just tell all the kids and stuff, it's like, it doesn't matter what sled you have, what gear you have, if you have the best or the worst, it doesn't matter. As long as you're out there riding, like, you can have fun on any snowmobile. You know, today we were able to get into some really fun spots to ride, and there was some good snow. But I remember as a kid, they'd be all tracked out, just a complete mess, and I was still having just as much fun. Whether it was pounding through the bumps or hitting road approaches, whatever it was, I was just making the best out of what we had. And now everyone is like, they feel they need to have the ideal setup, otherwise they're missing out on this experience. And I always think about, like, man, some of the best memories I've had has been on the less than ideal. you know, and getting out with your friends or family and going out riding and having fun, whether it's a rough trail, good snow, bad snow, you know, it's all going to end up fun. It's all in how you look at it. And if you go into it with, this is going to be a good day, that's exactly what it'll be. You just got to always tell yourself, every day, it's going to be a good day. Like if I'm all in on whatever I'm doing, I get the best result, I have the most fun, and you know, that's the thing. It's just, if you're gonna do something, go wide open at it. Go 100% and do anything and everything you can to do it the best possible, and you're gonna get the best outcome that way.
What a great story. Levi LaVallee, he's a great ambassador to the sport.
No doubt about it. But you know what time it is, Jeff? I think it's time to go shopping.
Well, before we shop, this is all the time we have, folks.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
And on the trails.
That's about all we can squeeze into today, but we're always live on Sledhead24-7.com. Please hit us up on social media and pitch a story idea or place to ride. Log on to Sledhead24-7.com. Watch our library of episodes. Please join us next week on Sledhead 24/7 for a one-of-a-kind adventure. It's simply known as KP Day. Please join us next week on Sledhead 24/7.